Do you know the nocturnal signs of diabetes that you should never ignore? Diabetes, a prevalent condition affecting millions worldwide, is often a silent invader. It stealthily creeps into our lives, showing signs when we least expect it, like in the quiet of the night. Nocturnal symptoms can be subtle, easily mistaken for a bad night's sleep or just an off day. Yet these signs carry a weighty message. They might be the first warnings of diabetes. Understanding these symptoms, recognizing them early on, can be a game changer. Early detection of diabetes is crucial. It allows for immediate treatment, slowing the progression of the disease and decreasing the risk of serious complications. Recognizing nocturnal symptoms can literally save lives. So let's shed some light on these often overlooked signs. Let's uncover the messages our bodies send us under the veil of the night. In this video we will discuss the top 10 nocturnal signs of diabetes that you should never ignore. The first nocturnal sign of diabetes is frequent urination. Now, what do we mean by frequent urination? Simply put, it refers to the need to urinate more often than usual. Under normal circumstances, your kidneys reabsorb glucose as it passes through your system. But when diabetes pushes your blood sugar up, your kidneys may not be able to bring it all back in. This causes your body to make more urine, and that takes fluids. The result? You'll have to go more often. But why is frequent urination a sign of diabetes? Well, this symptom is your body's way of getting rid of the excess sugar. So, it's almost like your body's alarm bell, alerting you that your blood sugar levels are not where they should be. Now, it's important not to panic. Everyone has nights when they need to urinate more frequently, but if it becomes a regular occurrence and you're noticing other symptoms, it's worth getting checked out. So, if you find yourself waking up multiple times at night to urinate, it could be a signal that you have diabetes. The second sign of diabetes is excessive thirst. Now you might be wondering how thirst relates to diabetes. Let's delve into that. Excessive thirst, medically termed as polydipsia, often goes hand in hand with increased urination. In diabetes, your kidneys work overtime to get rid of the surplus glucose building in your bloodstream. This process requires more water, leading to frequent urination, which in turn can cause you to become dehydrated. This dehydration triggers your brain to demand more water, resulting in a vicious cycle of thirst and urination. While it's normal to feel thirsty after a hot day or a workout, excessive thirst is different. It's a persistent feeling that can't be quenched, even after drinking substantial amounts of water. And if you find yourself waking up in the middle of the night, parched, it could be a sign. If you are constantly thirsty, especially at night, it might be more than just dehydration. Night sweats are another nocturnal sign of diabetes. Now you might be wondering, what's the connection between diabetes and night sweats? Well, it's all about glucose. When your body can't properly use the sugar in your blood, it starts to burn fat for energy instead. This process, called ketosis, can heat up your body and cause excessive sweating, especially at night. But how do you differentiate night sweats caused by diabetes from regular sweating? For starters, night sweats related to diabetes are often intense, making you wake up soaking wet. They can also be accompanied by other symptoms like frequent urination, excessive thirst, or unexplained weight loss. In contrast, normal sweating doesn't typically disrupt your sleep and is usually responsive to changes in temperature or physical activity. Remember, sweating profusely at night isn't normal. It's your body's way of telling you that something might be off. If you often wake up drenched in sweat, it might be a sign of diabetes. Unexplained weight loss is another nocturnal sign of diabetes. Now you might be wondering, how does diabetes lead to weight loss? Well, when your body can't properly use insulin to convert sugar into energy, it begins to burn fat and muscle for fuel instead. This results in weight loss even when you're eating the same amount or even more than usual. In addition, high blood sugar levels can cause frequent urination, another symptom we've discussed. This leads to a loss of calories and sugar in the urine, contributing to weight loss as well. Moreover, diabetes can slow down the digestive process, leading to feelings of fullness and a reduction in food intake, which can also contribute to weight loss. Remember, losing weight without any significant changes to your diet or exercise routine is not normal. If you're losing weight without trying, it could be a sign of diabetes. Hunger pangs, even after eating, can be a nocturnal sign of diabetes. Now you might be wondering, why would someone with diabetes feel hungry all the time, even when they've just eaten? The answer lies in how our bodies process food. Normally, when you eat, your body breaks down the food into glucose, a type of sugar. This glucose then enters your bloodstream and is used by your cells for energy. But in people with diabetes, this process doesn't work as it should. The glucose stays in the bloodstream, not reaching the cells that need it. As a result, these cells send out the signal that they need more energy, which we interpret as hunger. So even though you've eaten, your body feels like it hasn't gotten the energy it needs, and you find yourself feeling hungry again. It's like being on a hamster wheel of hunger, where the end never seems in sight. If you're constantly hungry, especially at night, it could be a sign of diabetes. Sleep apnea is another nocturnal sign of diabetes. This sleep disorder is characterized by repeated interruptions in breathing during sleep, which leads to lower oxygen levels in the blood. But how does this relate to diabetes? Well, sleep apnea and diabetes are closely linked. The body's reaction to the lack of oxygen during sleep apnea can increase stress hormones, which in turn raise blood sugar levels. Moreover, the disrupted sleep patterns caused by sleep apnea can result in insulin resistance, a key factor in the development of type 2 diabetes. In fact, studies suggest that up to 80% of people with type 2 diabetes have some form of sleep apnea, although many may not even know it. The symptoms of sleep apnea, like loud snoring, waking up with a dry mouth or a headache, and excessive daytime sleepiness, can often go unnoticed or be dismissed as just poor sleep. If you're experiencing episodes of paused breathing or shallow breaths during sleep, it might be a sign of diabetes. Restless leg syndrome can also be a nocturnal sign of diabetes. Imagine a scenario where you're trying to get a good night's sleep, but your legs seem to have a mind of their own. They twitch, they jerk, they move without your permission. That's restless leg syndrome for you. Now you might be wondering, what does this have to do with diabetes? Well, it's all about blood sugar control. When your body doesn't properly use insulin, the hormone that controls blood sugar, it can lead to a host of complications. One of these is nerve damage or neuropathy. Neuropathy often affects the legs, causing sensations like tingling, numbness, or even pain. And guess what? These sensations can trigger restless leg syndrome. It's like your body is sending you a warning sign, telling you that something isn't quite right. If you've noticed a pattern of restless legs, especially at night, don't brush it off. It might be more than just an inconvenience. So, if you have an irresistible urge to move your legs at night, it could be a sign of diabetes. Dry mouth is another nocturnal sign of diabetes. You might wonder where the connection lies between diabetes and feeling like you've been chewing on cotton balls all night. Well, diabetes can cause high blood sugar levels, which in turn can lead to dehydration. When your body is dehydrated, it doesn't produce as much saliva, resulting in a dry mouth. The relationship between diabetes and dry mouth is a bit of a vicious cycle. Dry mouth can make it difficult to chew and swallow, which can affect your ability to maintain a balanced diet. This can have an impact on your blood sugar levels, making it harder to manage your diabetes. It's also worth noting that some medications used to treat diabetes can cause dry mouth as a side effect. So if you're on medication and you're waking up with dry mouth, it could be related. If you often wake up with a dry mouth, it might be a sign of diabetes. Irritability can be a nocturnal sign of diabetes. Now you might be wondering how these two are connected. Here's the thing, when your blood sugar levels are not stable, it can impact your mood significantly. During the night, if you're experiencing high or low blood sugar levels, it can disrupt your sleep, leading to feelings of irritability. High blood sugar levels or hyperglycemia can cause you to wake up frequently to urinate, thus interrupting your sleep pattern. On the other hand, low blood sugar levels or hypoglycemia can also lead to restlessness and discomfort, which might wake you up. Moreover, the constant management of diabetes can be stressful, further contributing to irritability. You might be dealing with the worry of managing your blood sugar levels, the stress of dietary restrictions, or the anxiety of potential complications. All these factors can make you more susceptible to feeling irritable. So, if you're feeling irritable, especially at night, it could be a sign of diabetes. Slow healing of wounds is another nocturnal sign of diabetes. Now, you might be wondering, why do wounds heal slowly in people with diabetes? Well, it's all tied to how our bodies respond to injury. When you get hurt, your body triggers a healing response, rushing blood and nutrients to the site to start the repair process. But, in people with diabetes, this process can be disrupted. High blood sugar levels can damage blood vessels, reducing the flow of blood and nutrients to the wound. This can slow down the healing process significantly. Additionally, diabetes can also affect our immune system, making it more difficult for the body to fight off infections that could complicate wound healing. So if you notice that your wounds are taking longer than usual to heal, whether it's a minor cut, a bug bite, or a surgical incision, it's not something to be ignored. If your wounds take longer than usual to heal, it could be a sign of diabetes. In conclusion, these are the top 10 nocturnal signs of diabetes that you should never ignore. We've journeyed through an important exploration of 10 nighttime indicators that could suggest the presence of diabetes. These signs are often subtle, easy to dismiss, but they are crucial signposts on the road to early detection and treatment. Let's take a moment to quickly recap. First, we discussed frequent urination, particularly during the night. This can be a sign that your body is trying to get rid of excess glucose through urine. We also highlighted excessive thirst, another sign that your body is attempting to counterbalance high sugar levels. Then we delved into night sweats, an often overlooked symptom, but one that can be a telltale sign of irregular blood sugar levels. Similarly, unexplained weight loss, especially when eating habits haven't changed, can be a significant indicator. Hunger pangs at night, when you've had your fill during the day, can be your body's way of signaling that it's not getting enough energy from the food you're consuming. Sleep apnea, a condition characterized by pauses in breathing during sleep, can be associated with insulin resistance and thus, diabetes. We also covered restless leg syndrome, a condition that can cause an irresistible urge to move your legs, particularly at night. It's another condition that can be linked to diabetes. Dry mouth, particularly during the night, can be a sign of high blood sugar levels. Next, we touched on irritability, which can be caused by lack of sleep due to other symptoms such as frequent urination or night sweats. Lastly, we discussed slow healing, particularly of cuts or bruises, as a potential sign of diabetes. These signs, though seemingly unrelated, can all point to one common condition: diabetes. It's essential to keep an eye out for these symptoms, especially if they persist over time. Diabetes is a complex condition, but early detection and treatment can help manage its effects and lead to a healthier, happier life. Remember, recognizing these signs early and seeking medical attention can make a huge difference in managing diabetes.